Hi, today's workout is going to be all about foam rolling and stretching. So I hope that this session really speaks to your body and helps you feel better and relaxed, stronger, longer, and all that other stuff in between. So before we get started, I want to talk about the foam roller and the options that you have. So I have two different kinds of rollers here. I have the normal, like the one that you see in the studio or at your normal sporting goods store. So it's a little bit denser and it's a little bit harder, the roller itself. And there's not a whole lot of give to it. And these are perfect, especially if you are a gigantic fan of foam rolling. This guy's your guy, right? If you're not a big fan of rolling, which is this girl over here, I found this roller. It's made by melt.com, and you can see that it's kind of squishy and has a lot of give. And it's just more forgiving on the joints, or not the joints, on the muscles. And so you still get that nice, deep, intense pressure, but it's just a little bit gentler on the sole, if you will. So you can use either kind. I'm going to use this one just because my pain tolerance isn't quite as gigantic as the people that use this bad boy. But and I wanted you to just be aware of it, so maybe you would be interested in trying it sometime. So that's all it is. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Just put your roller off to the side, and what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of a warm up first, and we're going to actually start kneeling. Now, if your body is not a big fan of sitting on your heels like this, totally fine. You can sit crisscross applesauce, or you can put your legs out in front, whatever feels best. Just let your shoulders come back and down. Try to keep your chin level to the floor. Crown of your head is reaching up. I want you to just kind of sit up tall as you can, without overdoing it, right? Just let your arms fall down to the side. Take big breaths in and big breaths out. Good. Reach your arms out to the side. Palms are reaching up. Eyes look up just a tiny bit. And then I want you to reach the arms forward and then give yourself a hug. When you give yourself this hug, you're going to forward flex, right? So you're going to kind of curve through that thoracic spine. And you reach your arms up, lift your chest, eyes to the sky. And then fold forward. Find the hug on the other side. Other arm goes over top. Reach out. Let's do a couple more. Just trying to find flexion through that thoracic spine. Oh, feels so good. Whew. Good. And then come out wide. Let the arms float down. Whew. Now let's take that left arm and reach it up overhead. And then reach the shoulder. Notice how I lifted my shoulder, and I'm trying to find this stretch all the way through here. So reach your fingertips up as high as you can. And then just let that hand melt down and sort of side bend over to the side. Ooh, opening up that side body. Then reach the arm up, float the hand down. Whew. Now lift the other hand up and then lift through that shoulder, like reach, reach, reach. Try to find length through the waist and on that side, and then let that hand float, bend the arm, and then slowly bend over to the other side. Good. Should feel nice. And then come up strong, float the arm down. Great. Take the left arm, let's reach it out in front. This time we're going to rotate to the right and take that hand and give yourself a hug around that shoulder. Bring that right shoulder forward and then press the shoulder back. Ooh. And then release. Bring the arm forward, let it float down. Reach that right arm forward, then bend over, right, left, rotate to the left, right? Find that shoulder, hug it forward, and then press it back. Oh, find that nice stretch there. And then release it and then come forward. Good. Bring the arms out wide again. Palms are going to face up. This time we're going to rotate to the right. So rotate and then slowly come back to the middle. Rotate to the left. Good. Come back to the middle. Let's go one more time to the right. Let the arms float down. Bring that left hand to the right thigh. Kind of press it out a little bit more. Release, bring the arms up. Let's go to the left. Float the arms down. Left hand comes to the right, or the right hand comes to the left thigh. Good. And then float the arms back forward. And just sort of let it all float down. All right. Taking your roller, just put it off to the side. We're actually going to come supine onto our mat. So that means you're going to lay on your back. And you just want to find length. So just slowly roll back. Lengthen the arms long and the legs long. And just relax. So now I have to let my knees kind of unfold, right? All right, taking a big breath in and a big breath out. Just kind of feel where you feel your body, right? And now just kind of press your shoulders back down to the mat. So kind of open up that collarbone. And then pull the belly button down towards the spine. And then slowly bring those ribs together. Good. And now you've kind of melted into the mat, right? Your eyes are looking up. Maybe they're closed, but they're definitely lifted towards the sky. Good. All right, we're going to bring that right knee into our chest. Just let it rise. Notice what changed in your back. Did you automatically let that small of your back sink to the mat, or were you able to maintain a neutral spine? Doesn't matter, just notice. And then reach that leg long. Bring that left knee in, bring it into your chest. Notice what your spine did. Good. Whatever it did naturally, that's going to be your tendency. So if it naturally went to imprint, that might mean that you need to work a little bit more on your core and keeping that strong, right? Because the goal is to always work into a neutral spine. So let's do that again. This time, try to focus on maintaining the neutral spine. So bring that right knee into your chest. Good. Notice if your back changed, and then lengthen it long. Bring that left knee into your chest. Notice if it changed, the spine. And did maybe your hips move? Your goal is to keep that hip from moving, right? Now this time we're going to bring that right knee into our chest. We're going to take the right hand, place it onto the right ankle, take the left hand, place it onto the right knee, and then gently pull the knee towards your armpit. Maintaining your neutral spine, eyes still going forward. Good. And then take that left leg and press it into the mat. Now you should feel a nice deep stretch through the legs. If you want to add on to it, curl your head and shoulders up. Good. Lower the head and shoulders back down, and now just reach that leg up to the sky. Woo, try to straighten it. Point and flex the toe. Woo, good. And then gently bring that knee back in. Pull it towards your armpit, and then slowly release it. Let it go long. Good. Now bring that left knee in, maintaining your neutral spine. Good. Take the left hand, place it to the left ankle. Right hand comes to that left knee. Gently pull that knee towards your armpit. And then the right leg that's laying down on the mat, you're going to press that into the mat. Find that nice stretch through the legs. Woo. And if it feels good, you're going to curl your head and shoulders up, maintaining your neutral spine the whole time. Good. Lower the head and shoulders back down. Reach the leg up to the sky. Woo, point and flex the toe, right? Good. And then bend that knee. Pull it in nice and tight, and then reach it long. Good. This one I want you to reach your hands up overhead. Notice how it feels in your shoulders. Bring the arms back down. Now just reach that right arm up overhead. Woo, and then the left arm up overhead. Notice, did your ribs pop open? Did your shoulder blades move? Now, trying to maintain the neutral spine. Don't let the hips move. Try to keep your whole shoulders nice and flat. Let's lift both arms. Keep the ribs together. Don't let the belly pop open. Maybe your range of motion isn't as far. And then bring the arms back down. Good. Let's just do the right arm. Maybe have a little bit more range of motion when it's just one arm at a time. And then, of course, the left arm. Good. And then come back forward. All right, we're going to bring both knees into our chest one at a time. Bring that right knee in first. And then the left knee. Reach the hands up. Bring them down to your ankles. Pull onto those ankles. Bring those knees to your chest. Curl your head and shoulders up. Trying to maintain that neutral spine. Good. Then reach the legs long, reach the arms long. Find your double leg stretch. Good. And then bring it back in. And then reach. And then bring it back in. Nice job. One more time. And reach. And then just relax the arms, relax the legs. Let everything float all the way back down. Nice. All right, the next thing that we're going to do is now we're going to add our roller. So you're going to take your roller and we're going to lay it lengthwise on the mat. Make sure you have room in either direction, and you're going to sit on the edge of the roller, right? So just let your sits bones go on either side, right? And come to the edge because we're going to just roll back, right? Go slow. Roll back. Reach the hands up to the sky. Flip the hands down just to get our stability, right? Feet are on either side of the roller. And then just feel your spine on the roller. The crown of your head should be reaching away. Good. Pull the belly button in, let it kind of melt down to the spine. And just try to feel that spine on that roller. Good. Hands are on either side. You're just going to rock side to side. Careful not to fall off. Just kind of rolling side to side, letting it feel it on the spine. Go side to side. Good. Letting the knees kind of go side to side along with it. And then quiet, come back to the middle. All right, now we're going to try to find that neutral spine again. So first, tuck your tail and let the small of your back go onto the roller so that you feel those vertebrae down on that roller. This is your imprint, right? Your tailbone is tucked. You're kind of squeezing your glutes a little bit. You're pressing into your feet. It's like you're going to come up into a bridge, right? And then you're going to let that tailbone tilt away and kind of find that neutral. So now it's just your sacrum that's on that roller, right? Small of your back is slightly lifted off, but you can feel your thoracic spine on the roller, the back of your head's on the roller. Good. All right, maintaining your balance, so keeping your feet nice and flat on the mat. Reach the right hand up overhead, and then the left hand up overhead. Good, palms are facing each other. Let's do some protraction and retraction. So reach for the sky, reach the fingers to the ceiling, wiggle, wiggle, and then slowly melt the shoulders down over the roller. And then reach. Exhale as you reach away. Inhale as the shoulders come back down. Exhale as you reach away. Inhale as you roll it down. Woo. And just do a couple, however many feel good. Maybe reach a little more each time. Maybe melt it down a little more each time. Woo. Good. Now kind of find your neutral. So you're not really melted over the roller and you're not reaching away from the roller. You just got your hands up nice and straight. Good. You're slowly going to bring your arms wide out to a T. And just notice the difference here. Now let that right arm float down. Kind of rotate to the right. Lift the arm and then rotate to the left. Come back to the middle. Now here's where I want you to think about your belly. Pull your belly button in away from your shirt as you go side to side because we're activating our obliques. But in order to do that, we have to focus on them, right? One more to each side. Whew. Good. Arms are wide. Now slowly bring the arms up overhead. Good. Kind of plug the shoulders back down so that they're nice and flat, right, on that imaginary floor. Good. And then let the right arm float overhead. Maybe it touches the floor, maybe it doesn't. Bring the hand back over and then bring it down towards your hip. Let it touch the ground there. Good. And then bring it back up. Let's go to the left side. Left arm reaches up overhead, and maybe one shoulder's a little tighter than the other. So go slow and enjoy the movement. Good. Let's go one more time, single arm. Woo. Breathing, keeping the belly in. Going slow so that our body can stretch and feel the movement, right? Not trying to exert it too much. You're not trying to overthink things. All right, now we're going to go opposite hand. So let the left arm go down, right arm goes overhead. Good. And then switch. Now here, think about how your hands land. Do they land at the same time on the floor? Or does one go faster and one go slower? What you're trying to do is find balance in the movement, in that pace, right? So that the hands cross at the same time and that they land at the same time. Good. Let's do one more of each way. Good. This should feel super yummy, right? And then come back up tall. Turn your palms so that they're facing towards your knees, and let's bring our elbows out wide. Can you lower your elbows all the way down to the mat? And then reach the hands up high. Now, if your elbows don't come down to the mat, totally fine. Just trying to find your range of motion and what feels good. Some days they might make it all the way down to the mat. Some days they might not. But now let's think about this. Do the elbows land at the same time? Are you letting your ribs pop open in order to get your elbows down? Because it's kind of a stretchy move here today, let's just let the ribs pop open if they need to, just to get that bigger stretch through that chest. All right, here we go. Let's do one more. Woo. And then bring the elbows out wide. Find that goalpost position. Lower the hands down so that the palms face up to the sky. Good. Then bring the fingertips together. And then bring the elbows out wide. So we're doing little angel arms here, right? Woo. Just waking up the shoulders. Good. And now we're going to do big arm circles. So you're going to bring the elbows out wide and then let the forearms come long, hands come to the hips, and then reach the hands up high. Good. And then big circles. Float the arms down, reach the arms up overhead. Nice. Now, think about your body. Are you trying to keep your belly still closest to the spine? Try to keep those ribs together now. Let's try to keep our abs on this time. Let's not just let everything pop open and go with the flow, right? Let's be mindful of our core. Good. Let's do one more circle in this direction. And then we're going to switch. Hands come down to the hips, and then just reverse your circle. Come up over the top and reverse. Good. Again, notice the difference in the arms. Like one shoulder probably really likes this way better than the other. Just notice the difference. And let the one shoulder that really likes it enjoy it. And the one shoulder, their arm that doesn't, coax it, right? Talk nice to it. Let it join in on the fun. Let's do one more big circle. Good. And then bend the elbows. Fingertips come to the sky. Let the elbows drop down. Reach the arms up high. Turn the palms to face each other. And then float the hands all the way down. Whew, good. And just take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Good. All right, my friends, we're going to gently come up off of our roller. So just slowly roll off, right? And then we're going to turn our roller sideways and place it at the end, about the end of your mat. Okay, so with the roller at the end of our mat, let's go ahead and go back to supine. But this time you're going to let your head go onto the roller itself. So just find it as a pillow. And what I want you to find is that your head it's like on your occipital bone, right? That's that little bony structure. Like if you were to put your hands on your head, you'd feel these two little bones kind of behind your ears a little bit. That's where I want you to place it. So you kind of got to move your roller around until you find it. And then I want you to bend your knees and then place your hands underneath the small of your back. Just because I want you to be able to lift your head just a tiny bit, because I don't want you to be nodded forward right this way. I want you to kind of lift the chest. Good. Your eyes are up to the ceiling. We're just going to slowly rotate to the right and then slowly rotate to the left. You can have your eyes closed or open. Just go side to side, just feeling that in the back of your neck, the back of your head, right? And if you got a sticky spot, just stay there and kind of nod your chin forward. Lift the eyes, nod the chin, lift, and then roll to the other side. Nod the chin, lift, nod the chin, lift, and then come back to the middle. Now, if you need more of that, go ahead and stay here a little bit and go side to side, nod the chin, just till it feels good for you. Okay, good. All right, now what I want you to do is you're going to sit up. We're going to bring it forward, bring it down a little bit, right? Just so that it's right behind the shoulder blades. Okay? So it's right behind the shoulder blades. Bring your tailbone is still on the floor, your feet are still on the floor. Bring your arms out wide and then bend at the elbows and then let your head fall into your hands. I want your hands, I don't want you to have to try to hold up your head. I want you to just like relax into the hands. Keep the elbows out wide. Now, think about your belly. Bring that core in. Slide those ribs together. Good. And I want just looking up to the ceiling, letting the hand rest or the head rest into the hands. Take a big breath in. And then as you exhale, let that head come down behind you. And then slowly nod the chin, bring it up, but using your hands to lift your head, right? Lift. And then slowly lower it back down. So we're just getting some extension here. It should feel good. And then lift back up. Good. That should feel really good. All right. Now, if you need to do more of that, stay there and keep on rolling, right? Okay. So now what I want you to do is you're going to separate your feet just a tiny bit so that they're about hip width distance apart. You're still in your same spot with the roller, but now you have your feet apart a little bit, letting your head rest into your hands. I want you to squeeze your glutes and then press into your feet so that you can lift your body up off the floor. So now you're literally laying on the roller. So your feet are holding you up and the roller's holding you up. You're going to, using your legs to allow your body to roll back and forth. Let's roll back and forth on those shoulder blades. So you're going to come to the end of the shoulder blades to the top of the shoulder blades. Not down onto the spine, not down onto those ribs necessarily, right? But just where the shoulder blades are. Good. Going back and forth, going slow. All right. Now, if there's a sticky spot, right? When you find your sticky spot, bring your elbows to the ceiling and then roll back and forth there. Now, if you have a sticky spot, right, that's going to kind of force the back into that spot. So if I have my sticky spot here, I find it, my elbows are up towards the ceiling, and I'm going to slowly roll to each side. Probably feeling it a little bit more. Just kind of rolling. And then if I got a different sticky spot, roll side to side, keeping the elbows up. Kind of squeezing the glutes, right, to help keep my hips lifted. Good. And then rolling back and forth. Let the elbows open wide. Rolling down again. Good. And then coming back to the end, the bottom of those shoulder blades. Slowly let the hips melt down. Woo. And then let the head roll back. Oh. Good. And then slowly nod the chin using the hands. Lift the head back up. All right. So now we're going to do the lat. So what I want you to do is just bring the roller so that it's underneath your armpit, okay? And you're going to bring your arm forward, whatever arm you're rolling with first. You're going to bring it forward in front of the body. So your hips are stacked, your legs are bent and stacked on top of each other. The hand, you're going to let your head kind of fall into it just so that we can get that right movement. What I want you to do is keep your head forward, right? So when you roll back, so we're on our side, we're just going to sort of like roll back onto that muscle. Don't let your head go back. Keep it in alignment with the spine. So a lot of times people want to go back like that, and it puts too much pressure into your neck. And it's not about the neck right now, right? We're trying to roll this lat. So we're at the top of the lat, right underneath the armpit, just rolling side to side. Woo. And then you're going to take the roller down just a tiny bit, go a little bit lower. And whatever you need, however many times, right? Not too many, not too much, right? Somewhere between like 3 and 8 times, rolling back and forth. And then bringing the roller down a little bit more. So we're manually moving the roller right now, right? As we go side to side, trying to get the whole length of the lat. Good. And then when you get to the bottom of that lat, go slow. So if you need to do more, just pause me and roll some more. Or just ignore me and do your own thing. Be like what most of my classes are like, right? If people just ignore me. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I don't know. Just feel the stretch. Okay, when you get to the bottom, right, I want you to pause, come right on top of it, and then what we're going to do is you're going to kind of tuck your tail, bring your ribs to your hips, and roll. So you kind of curl forward, and then you're going to lengthen the spine. So you curl the spine, and then lengthen it. Now you're really rolling on that lat, right? Holy moly. People like this? Ugh, rolling, it's my nemesis. Oh, Lord child. And just do that a couple of times till it feels good or it releases whatever kind of pressure you've got. Good. And then lower the hand down. Take a moment. All right, so while we're here, let's go ahead and do the tricep, and then we can go to the other side. So you're going to take that arm, right, that we were just laying on, or that was just bent, and you're going to place it onto the roller. And you're going to, let's put it towards, almost towards the elbow, and then you can bring it up. So now we're going to do kind of little side bends, or side lifts, right? It's not really a bend, it's more of a lift. But you should be able to get that tricep. And the deeper it goes, right? And then roll the arm a little bit. If you roll it too much forward, it takes it off the tricep. But it should feel good. Same thing. Just getting it all over there. And noticing that you're getting stretches in the other parts of your body, right? You're working your abs. Good. And then melt down. Whew, nice job. All right, let's do the other side because why not, right? So I'll just move over to this side so that you don't look at me from the back. That'd be weird, right? We'll do our lats on the other side. So come down, bring it down to where it's right by your armpit. Bring the elbow forward, stack your hips. And you're slowly going to roll back and forth, keeping your head in alignment with your spine, right? Rolling back and forth. Woo. Manually move the roller as you slowly move down that muscle group, right? Working really the lats, but keeping the core on, right, as we roll side to side. Oh, going slow. Remember, like 3 to 8 movements. Really just depends on what your body likes and what you're willing to mentally put it through, right? When you get to the bottom, finish out those rolls. Oh my gosh. People who like rolling are crazy. All right. When you get to the bottom now, you're going to roll, right? Lift and roll. So you're going to tuck your tail, and then lengthen, right? So you can really get on the side of that lat. Holy cow, super fun. Woo! And again, as many as you need. Good. All right, and then let's take it up to that tricep. So place the arm that was on the ground. Now you're going to place the roller closer to your elbow, and then you're going to slide it. And now we're doing like little lifts with our side, right? Side lifts. Woo. And then kind of roll the arm forward and back, really getting the edge of it, the end of that muscle right at the top. Oh, Lord child. Woo. And again, as much as you need or as little. If triceps not your thing, totally fine. Now we're going to sit on the roller. So bring the roller back behind you. Whew. Okay. And I'm just going to roll back over it because it feels good to me. Lifting my hips, I'm going to place my hips right underneath, right, put them right over top of the roller, right on the fleshy part. So I'm literally on my sacrum, right? So the little flat part of the pelvis area. Good. I'm placing each hand on either side so I can kind of keep the roller from moving. And I have my shoulder blades flat. Crown of my head is reaching long. My eyes are up to the sky. Good. I'm going to slowly bring my right knee into tabletop and then my left knee into tabletop. I'm trying to get the fleshy part of my tush on this roller, right? I've drawn my thighs together, so I've connected my knees and my ankles. I'm going to slowly tick-tock side to side. Woo. So this is going to get that little piriformis area, right? We're going to get it a little bit more here, but I want to just kind of get the abs in there going. That's why we're doing the tick-tock. So tighten up those abs, bring the belly button back towards your spine. Woo. I'm falling off. Good. Here we go. Let's do 2 more to each side. And then come back to the middle. Good. Reach that right leg long. Lower it down. Oh, you should feel a stretch back to the glute and into that up the low spine, the low back, sorry. And then gently bring the knee back into tabletop. Lengthen the left leg long. Oh, feel that stretch. Woo. And then bring it back in. Let's go one more time on the right. Good. Bring it back in one more time on the left. Good. Bring it back in. Now keeping your abs in tight, right? We're going to lengthen both legs long, first towards the ceiling, and then slowly lower them down as long as it feels good. Let the feet land onto the floor. And then just melt here and relax. Pull the belly in, right? Should have a stretch through this low back, right? Good. And then bend the right knee and then the left knee. Good. And then slide, lift up your hips and slide the roller out from underneath you. Good. Come up onto your elbows. And then we're going to come sitting back onto the roller again. Okay, this time we're going to do something a little different. So you're going to take your right knee and you're going to bend it. Bring your foot over the left thigh. Placing your right hand down, you're going to roll towards that right. So now this is really getting into that piriformis, right? Holy cow, right? Feels yummy. So do as much as you need or as little, and then kind of rock side to side on it. Oh. Woo. Going down as deep. Woo. Good. And then untangle the legs. Let's go to the other side. Side to side first. Kind of roll into it. Good. And then rolling it up and down. Again, one side probably likes this way more than the other. Or if you're like me, either side. But it's so good for you. Oh, So do as many as you need, 3 to 8, right? And then bring the legs back forward. Untangle the legs. Good. And then you're going to lift your hips and come down onto your hammies. Okay. So for the hamstrings, what you're going to do is you're going to place your hands back behind you, lengthen your legs long in front, and you're going to lift so that your legs are parallel. And I'm going to point my toes first, but we're going to flex as well. So we're going to start with pointed toes. Bring your legs together, and you're going to roll back and forth on the hamstrings. So you're going to go all the way to the end, not onto your knees, but all the way to the end of that fleshy part, and then come all the way up to that smile line, right? And then press it back. Woo! Now flex the feet. Notice the difference. Oh. Keeping your abs on as you roll this roller back and forth, right? Good. Now, find your Pilates V. Bring your heels together, toes apart. Roll here. Notice that you're getting a different edge of the muscle. Woo! Good. And again, do as many as you need to. Find your internal rotation, right? Oh, Lord child, that feels yummy. Go nice and slow. 3 to 8. And then bring the legs back together and then lower down the hips. Okay, so now we're going to do the IT band. So you're going to turn over on your side, bring the roller down to that fleshy part of the, right underneath the tush, right? The top leg is going to come in front. The bottom leg is just going to like rest underneath. And you're going to slowly, using your top leg to kind of roll back and forth. This is your IT band. So you're going to roll all the way down, almost to the knee, and then all the way back up. Holy moly, right? Oh, Lord. Super fun. Go slow and enjoy it, right? Woo! All the way down. And then when you come to the end, come off, and let's just go to the other side. So I will turn away from you this time because I don't want to move the roller. Top leg comes in front. Bottom leg you're going to roll on. Oh. Right on the side, right? Oh, so you're going to come all the way to the tush, right? Staying on the fleshy part of the leg. Woo. As much as you need, as much as you want, right? Nice and slow. All right, here we go. Couple more. And then slowly lower the hips down. All right, we're going to come to our hamstrings. We're going to come to our calves. So push the roller so that it's underneath your, almost like your heel, like right above your ankles, okay? Feet are going to go up to the sky. Place your hands back behind you. I'm going to turn my thumbs towards me. And you're just going to roll onto your heels and then roll away. So we're getting the, almost like just the Achilles right here. Good. And as you bring it in, you're going to bring it in a little bit further, so it's going to slowly come up the calf. Woo. Now, keep going. It should feel good. And then when you get to the fleshy part of the calf, I got one more and then it should be there. Oh, one more. Rotate the legs away and together. Now, if you're somebody that likes this and wants more, what I want you to do is you're going to take that right leg, crisscross it over the left, and then roll side to side, both legs. You're going to feel that a little bit more. And if you want it even more, then you're going to lift up onto your hands and put the pressure, oh golly, right there. Oh. And then uncross that leg. Let's go to the other side. Crisscross first. Oh. Go slow, go slow. Add that little extra pressure, right? Lifting up. The other thing that you can do is you can bend that one leg and you can roll it this way. This is the easy way, the gentler, kinder way. And then you just rotate the leg side to side, getting the inside of the calf, the back of the calf, and then the outer edge. And then you can switch sides, rolling. So whichever one you like the best, if you like that deep, gnarly pressure, put both legs on, crisscross the legs. But if you're not a big fan, or maybe your calves are like screaming bloody murder, then do it that way. All right, so now what I want you to do, you're gonna place your feet over to the edge, slide your tush down towards your roller, and then just roll back. Place your feet down. Good. And we're gonna do a couple of bridges because we have to, even though we're stretching and rolling, we still have to remember that we have to take care of all the parts of the body. So the bridge is a great, I know John hates the bridge. I know, but it's so good for you and it's so important. So you have to do the bridge, okay? So using the roller for like guide, bring your heels back towards the roller, keeping the roller nice and tight. You can place your hands onto the fingertips onto the roller. Your hands go that way or all your hands on, whatever. We're going to start with articulation. So you're going to tilt your tailbone, scoop your belly, peel your spine, one vertebrae at a time, pressing into your feet. Come up nice and high, squeeze your glutes so that it opens up those hip flexors. Woo, and then starting at your rib cage, melt one vertebrae at a time all the way back down. Ah, it should feel so good. And then tilt away, tuck, scoop, press into your feet, peel your spine up off. When you get up to the top, squeeze the glutes, which opens up the hips, and then melt all the way back down. Good, we're just gonna do one more here because it's so important. Tuck, scoop, press into the feet, peel the spine up. Woo. Good. Now squeeze the glutes, open up the hips. Now what I want you to do is literally separate the knees out wide and then bring them back together. So let the feet roll out to the side and bring it back together. This is such a good stretch. Holy cow. Squeeze the glutes to keep your hips up high. You can let your arms come out wide. Oh my gosh, it's so good for you. One more time. Come on, you can do it. Bring it up nice and tight. Squeeze the glutes, press into the feet, and then starting at your rib cage, melt one vertebrae at a time, all the way back down. Whew, good. Bring your knees into your chest, rock side to side. Good. And then you're slowly going to roll all the way back up. All right. See, that was fun. Okay, so now we're going to come on prone side. So you're going to turn over. So put the roller right underneath your shins, closer to your ankles. Find your hands down. So like we're going to do cat-cow. So tuck the tail, scoop the belly. Woo! Eyes to the thighs. Untuck the tail, lower the belly, lift the chest. Ah, it feels so good. All right, now come to neutral. I want you to press into the roller, right, with your ankles. Lift your heel or lift your knees. And then slowly roll back and bring it back in. So it's kind of like a plank, right? Woo. Now this is the challenging one. On your roller, if you've got that nice dense roller, this probably does not feel yummy at all. And then lower the knees. Good. You can also do this one at a time. So sit onto your hip and roll the side of the shin, right? Like that. And then you can do the other side, the side of the shin. Woo. And then come back onto your knees. And we'll do the other side. Bring that other leg forward. And then you just press it back. So now you're doing the other side of the shin, right? Woo. Don't drop your chin though, right? Get you an extra one. And then switch legs. But this is really good for your shins. Like, I like this. Like, this feels good to me. All that other nonsense, holy moly. No. I'm going to have bruises. All right, here we go. Let's just do one more. And then come up. All right, now, come to the other edge of your roller so that we can do our quads, right? So place the roller down. You're still short wise, right? You're going to lay on it so that your knees are just behind it and your quads are on it. You're going to come onto your forearms, pull your belly button in, right? You're going to hinge forward on the shoulders and then press back. So you're staying on that fleshy part of the thigh. Holy cow, right? And you got both legs lifted. You can flex the feet, which kind of puts a little different fun into that rolling sensation, or you can point the toes. Woo! Now turn your heels together, toes apart. Find your Pilates V, right? Don't let the belly drop. Oh, get the inner thigh here, or the inner quad. Bring the feet back to parallel, and then maybe bring the toes together. Try to get the outer. Oh, Lord child. Good. And again, 3 to 8 of each one. And then lower back down. All right, what we're gonna do now is you're gonna take your roller off to the side, and we're gonna do the inner thigh. So go ahead. You're gonna wanna have it kind of parallel to your mat. You're gonna lay whichever side, and you're gonna kind of drape the leg over. And then I kind of bring the bottom half of the roller towards me a little bit. I'm gonna come down onto my elbow and place my head into my hands. And then I'm gonna roll forward and back. Kind of adjust your roller, so it just depends on how long your leg is and how much you really want to get that inner thigh, right? So you can come all the way to the groin area. Holy cow, right? Oh, Lord child. And if you find a sticky spot and you like that, you can just kind of bend and lengthen the leg. Rotate the leg however it wants and keep rolling. Woo! Definitely not a fan. All right, let's do the other side. So I'm just going to kick over to the other side. So bring that back end of the roller towards you. Top end is kind of started parallel, but then kind of just slightly leans away. And then you're going to roll as much. So kind of let the whole body roll so that you can get that whole inner thigh all the way down to the groin. Holy moly. Super, crazy. And then if you find a sticky spot, right, you just kind of bend and lengthen the leg, roll it around, whatever feels great. Good. Woo. All right, and again, 3 to 8 on each of those little fun things should make you feel good, okay? If you need to do more, stay here, pause me, ignore what I'm saying. I'm totally fine with it. Okay. What I want you to do though is I want you to take your roller now and just place it out to the other side. And then come to your 4-point kneeling again. We're going to separate our knees out wide, and we're going to press our hips back over, find our child's pose. Whew. And just take the stretch here. Good. Walk your hands over to the right and press into your left shoulder, down into your left hip. Find that nice stretch. Come back to the middle, walk your hands over to the left, press into the right shoulder, down into the right hip. Good, come back into the middle. Now, kind of lift your hips up a little bit. I'm gonna press it up. And try to press your chest down to the mat. And then take that left hand, place it underneath the right armpit. Let the left cheek come to the mat. Find that nice shoulder stretch. And then untangle. Left arm goes out, right arm goes underneath the left armpit, right cheek to the mat. Keeping your hips up high here gives you a little bit more stretch through the back and the shoulders. Good. And then slowly unwind. Find your roller, place your hands onto your roller and then your wrists, and then press the head down to the mat. Oh, that should be a nice deep stretch through the back. Good. And then slowly roll it all the way up. All right, let's go one more time. Go long, so come down onto your belly. Place your hands or your forearms onto the roller. Your palms are going to be facing each other. And then I want you to just place your nose down onto the mat. So your forehead and your nose are on the mat. Your forearms are on the roller. Your shoulders have reached away from you, right? You're going to slide your shoulder blades back to where they belong and then away from you. So you're kind of doing protraction, retraction, right? Your forearms are getting a little love here. So you can just kind of let your arms roll all different ways as you bring the shoulders back and forth. And then on this next one, we're going to actually lift our head and nose away from the mat. Slowly lift the chest. Good. And then roll back down. Now, this time, pull your belly button away from the mat. Press your pubic bone down into the mat. So now you're rolling on your forearms, right? And it should feel super yummy. Good. One more time. And then bring the hands in. Let go of the roller. Press your hands down into the mat. Press your hips back. And then tuck the toes. Press up. Find your downward dog position. Woo. Lower the heels down, finding your elephant, right? That's with both heels down. And then lift up. Pedal out the legs. Woo, finding that nice stretch through the back of the leg, right? Now that everything's rolled out, it should feel super yummy, right? Woo. Lift the heels and then bend the knees. Sit back onto your heels. Good. All right, and for the final hurrah, right? So let's come seated on our tushes, right? Reach the legs out in front, and I just want you to sit up nice and tall. I want you to find yourself sitting on your sits bones. Shoulders are over your hips. Roll the shoulders back and down. The roller's still down there. Good. Chin is level to the floor. Float the arms up overhead, and then reach them forward. Imagine that you're sitting up against a wall, and we're going to peel our head and shoulders up off the wall. Roll forward. Find our spine stretch forward. Reach forward. When you get to your furthest point, I want you to take a big breath in. And then as that big breath goes out, roll those shoulders, pull those shoulders back, and try to reach the crown of your head a little bit longer. Let your hands float down to the floor or to your ankles or your shins. Pull back with the shoulder blades. Press the crown of your head forward. Now press your legs deep into the mat. This should be a great stretch. Good. And then slowly release. Roll back up. Good. Let's go again. So nod the chin, slowly fold forward. Arms are reaching out nice and long. Get to your furthest point. Take that big breath in. Let the arms float down. Go wherever they can go. Bring those shoulder blades back. Try to reach the crown of your head a little longer. Just stretching through that spine. Pull the belly button back towards your hips. Good. And then slowly release and restack. Good. Nice. All right. What I want you to do is scooch forward so that you can find your roller. And we'll finish up with the roller here. Okay. So sitting up nice and tall, you're going to hold on to the roller. So now I've got the roller in one in each hand. And you're going to sit up tall. Bring the legs together. So connect the thighs, connect the knees, connect the ankles. Okay. We're going to rotate first to the right. So sitting up tall, rotate. Don't let your legs move, right? And then come back forward. Rotate to the left. Good. Come back forward. Now this roller, holding the roller like this should help you go a little bit deeper, right? Because you can kind of press into that front hand and press that back arm back a little bit more, right? So you get a little deeper stretch. So press into this hand. Oh, getting a deeper stretch. Let's go one more to each side. It should be all rolled out now, so you should feel super good. I think I did one more because it feels so good. Good. All right, come up tall. Good. Now separate your legs just a tiny bit, so relax the legs. You can even bend them a little bit if you want. We're going to reach the arms up overhead. Hold on to the roller so it feels good. Reach the arms so that the arms come even with the ears if possible. And then bend the elbows. Bring the roller back behind the head. Now, trying to keep your back straight, right? We're just stretching, final stretches through the shoulders. Woo. Good. Reach the arms up overhead. Now we're going to bend over to the right. Let the left arm come down, and then bend over to the left, or to the right. Left right arm comes down. One more time to each side. Good. Come back forward. Lower the roller. Let it roll down. Come up off over your feet. Put your feet down onto the roller. Bring it in. Place your hands back behind you. Scoot your tush so that you can get your feet right where you want them. And then we're just going to lift our hips up. Whew. Last stretch. And then lower down. Place the legs over top. Fold forward. And take a moment. Good. Roll yourself back up. Turn to the side. Nice job today. Hopefully you're all stretched out. You're all rolled out. If there was anything that was like, oh, that needs a little bit more, do that. If there's something that was like, oh, I'm not doing that again, just fast forward and ignore that part. But thank you for joining me. I look forward to seeing you soon back in the studio. Enjoy your roller.